Hey guys! Have you heard that Andruil once captured Solas out of anger and said that he would have to serve in her bed for a year because he dared to hurt a Hala? There is this story in Dragon Age lore that I tried to place into one of my theories. Not so long ago, while I was chatting with you in the comments, an idea came to mind. We have evidence that Andruil and Solas contacted Ghilan'nain before she became this so-called goddess, before all that blight, catastrophe and red lyrium problem. This video will have no footage or spoilers from the Veilguard preview event, only lore from Dragon Age Inquisition and some books. So, if you're ready, what if we have a love triangle situation here? Let's start talking. The Masked Empire gifted us a curious tale about Solas's relationship with both pantheons of elven gods, the Evanuris and the Forgotten Ones. You know that I don't trust elven myths, but this one might hold some truth if we add it to the previous lore videos that I made. Felasan told this story to Briala, who was Empress Selene's handmaid and lover. In the story, Fen'Harel was captured by the hunting goddess Andruil. He had angered her by hunting the Hala without her blessing, and she tied him to a tree and declared that he would have to serve in her bed for a year and a day to pay her back. But as she made camp that night, the dark god Anaris found them, and Anaris swore that he would kill Fen'Harel for crimes against the Forgotten Ones. Andruil and Anaris decided that they would duel for the right to claim Fen'Harel. And what happened? Briala asked. What do you think, Dalen? Felasan smiled. You have heard enough of my stories over the years. Briala thought for a moment. Fen'Harel found a way to trick them both and escape. He called out to Anaris during the fight and told him of a flaw in Andruil's armor just above the hip, Felasan said, nodding. And Anaris stabbed Andruil in the side and she fell. Then Fen'Harel told Anaris that he owed the Dread Wolf for the victory and ought to get his freedom. Anaris was so affronted by Fen'Harel's audacity that he turned and shouted insults at the prisoner. And so he didn't see Andruil, injured but alive, rise behind him and attack with her great bow. He smiled again and looked at Briala. Anaris fell with a golden arrow in his back, badly injured, and while both gods slumbered to heal their wounds, Fen'Harel chewed through his robes and escaped. Solas appears to be a character who influenced Ghilan'nain's decisions before her ascension to godhood. The triangle situation doesn't have to be built on lust or whatever emotion is popular in modern romance tropes today. Firstly, there are many types of love, and secondly, Dragon Age is famous for its writing, so the lore behind these three characters might be either obviously spicy or annoyingly clever. I'm going to present two theories. The first one symbolically depicts Solas as a hunter of a particular Hala, while the second exposes his sentiment and admiration towards Ghilan'nain's mind and magic. No matter the theory, Andruil gets mad at Solas for literally trespassing. If you watched my lore video about Andruil, you know my theory about her being a groomer. If you haven't seen it, please check it out, it's quite cool, I think. So, groomers don't like trespassers who mix their plans. Considering the amount of time Andruil spent working on Ghilan'nain, it is obvious that she would become jealous if Solas turned up to influence Ghilan'nain again. Hunting a Hala could symbolize many things, of course, including literal lust and fixation on Ghilan'nain's fragile beauty, which everyone praised. I mean, there was a time when Solas was young, right? Anything could have happened. He could influence her curious mind and stir her into a direction that didn't serve Andruil's plans. In this symbolic hunt, Solas is treated as if he is a competitor, a hunter, while Andruil is a huntress too. She shows her dominance over the Hala territory by capturing him, and a plan of using Solas as a love-making toy or whatever she wanted to perform with him or on him is another act of dominance. Male monkeys usually do such things, and it's not that uncommon in the animal world. This detail could also reflect the state of degradation the Ivanuris reached because of their impunity and power. This theory is less traumatic. I still prefer to see Solas as an idealist who hunts only for knowledge and a better understanding of magic and the fate. Therefore, if he had been in Ghilan'nain's presence, he would have played the role of a fellow scholar or a curious examiner who tried to understand Ghilan'nain's powers. He could appear as a tender partner at studies or someone with whom she could share the craziest ideas. For whatever reason he hunted a Hala on Andruil's territory, it didn't match the punishment though. When you capture someone and threaten to enslave them for pleasure in bed for a year and a day, it seems a bit personal, don't you think? As if Andruil had had enough and just needed a reason to isolate Solas from Ghilan'nain for a specific time. In this speculative arc, Ghilan'nain and Solas may have shared a deep bond during the time of the Elvenon and the Ivanuris rule. Ghilan'nain, with her ability to shape life, and Solas with his mastery over dreams and magic, could have found a mutual respect and admiration in each other's powers. There could also be a wild plot twist, such as Andruil being in love with Solas. She just showed it in a particularly weird way, but I doubt it. We definitely have a triangle with Ghilan'nain on the top of the conflict. The love triangle between Solas, Andruil, and Ghilan'nain would be a tragic tale of competition, betrayal, and the inevitable clash of ideals. It would be a relationship that also reflects the broader themes of the Dragon Age series, such as sacrifice, the consequences of power, and the complexities of love in the face of impossible odds. This speculative arc could tie into the existing lore by providing a deeper understanding of Solas' way of experiencing love and connection, his motivations, and the relationships that shaped him into the character we see in the games. Who knows, maybe this gentleness and tenderness towards a fellow mage cracked him and proved to him something that shaped him into the Solas that he is today. Well guys, let's start the discussion. What do you think about these theories? Did they sparkle your imagination? Because we are obviously hungry for the Veilguard. I will tell you, for the last couple of days, I woke up and one of the first things my husband told me, my husband who was highly skeptical about the Veilguard, by the way, he said, "I can't wait for the game to come out." Who would have thought? So, maybe you are as impatient as he is and just want to have fun, speculate a little bit. So maybe you are absolutely sure that the whole tale that I just read from a book was a lie and another myth that we shouldn't believe. Let me know in the comments and have fun, play video games, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!